Good day, guys. I hope we all good. I'll be buying a breakout of this M15 opening range candle. I'll be buying a breakout inside bar. Welcome to the session, bro. Hope you're good. So I'm currently stalking two things at the moment. I'm stalking GBP, JPY. I'm looking for a buy. And if we get a breakout of this first M15 candle for London session, I'm going to take a buy. So I'm just going as low as the 3 minute just to see if I can get an early entry. But yeah, I'll love to buy GJ, just waiting for an entry trigger. Then I'm also stalking German 40. I just want to see how they play around. Initially, I think I've been looking for buys, but my main points of interest are yesterday's highs and yesterday's lows. Those are my main points of interest. So there's a chance that price can trade towards yesterday's highs. So I want to try and catch a buy here if that happens. If price decides to push down, I'll allow it to come to this area first. Then I'll see whether they will do a liquidity sweep and come back in the range, or they will break out and continue pushing down. So this is just a point of interest for now. So that's point of interest number one. Point of interest number two is yesterday's highs. So already here I've got a buy pattern with what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so daily has got potential to come back towards the 13 EMA. H4 has potential to come back towards the 50, of which if you look to our left, we got this zone here. You can call it an order block or a supply zone, which was tapped into yesterday. So chances are price can still come up here, then maybe sell or maybe break out. But the main thing we want here is to catch that push up if it happens. So as it stands, we're above the 13. So that gives me that bullish bias. If I come to H1, the current candle almost looks like a pin bar doji type. And you can already see this wick here, right? Taking out these lows. So that's a liquidity sweep there. Right, then M15, you can see we've got a bit of a pattern here. So let's see if that level holds. If this level holds, I'm going to take a buy, aiming for 100 points or aiming for yesterday's highs or these London highs is a TP. This New York high is also a point of interest. So price can still run up here, then maybe retrace, then maybe do this, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, I want to take a buy. So M15 looks good. M5 also looks good. We just have to stay above this red line, which you see here. So yeah, we are also currently reacting off a 3 minute fair value gap. So for now, German 40 is my main setup. So I'm putting all my attention on it. So I don't know if you've got any questions. Maybe you can unmute if you're able to speak on your side. If not, you can just drop me a message. Then I will respond. Right. So again, you see, like now I'm saying I've got a bullish bias. If price, let's say price does this, comes down, I cannot sell until I get something from a higher time frame showing me that it's now a sell. I'll just sit on the sidelines until what I'm expecting to happen happens. So we've got a pin bar on the fair value gap. If we get a breakout here, I'm going to take my first position. My stop loss will be below this nameable candle here. We're going to have about 38 points, let's just say 40 points risk and an 80 to 100 point target if it plays out like what we're anticipating. So this level looks strong. All I want is a breakout here. Then I'll have my first position. If we continue pushing, I might add one more position here. Then maybe we'll allow for another retracement to happen and anticipate a push. So let's just see what happens. Yeah, so the tough part is the waiting. You see, if you understand what your price is doing, or if you anticipate something to happen, the toughest part is the waiting part. Because until what you want to see happens, you do not take the trade. If price decides to do some other crazy movements, it simply means there's no trades. So you need to come with a trading plan, try to get a bias and points of interest, try to figure out where price is trying to go, then wait for the pattern to form. Once the pattern forms, wait for your entry criteria, calculate your risk, then execute. Okay, let's see what's happening with GG. Okay, GG is actually doing something which I had not planned. You see, I was talking of buys here, and it looks like it's melting. So let me just check what's the story on the higher time frame. Okay, not much to work with here because we are right on the 13th, so maybe a little patience. Okay, we've broken out though on the sell side of the London opening range. So let's see. Maybe if we get something like this, we might look for a short-term sell. If we come back in the range, then I'll still take a buy. I'll just keep checking on this one and see what it will be doing. You can also see yesterday we sort of tapped into a zone which I had from Friday. So sells are possible. We also have this zone. Where is it coming from? From this particular day. Price could also be coming there, but for me to take a sell, I need to get a retest of this level, then take a sell coming towards this point of interest, which is also yesterday's lows. So try to have like a story line coming from a higher time frame so that the smaller time frames become a bit easier to interpret. So we're just going to continue stoking there. So yeah, these are my two assets. Gold. Somebody posted gold. Let me just check what's happening in gold. Yeah, gold, I was definitely seeing a sell here. You see, based on the H4, we've hit a quarter number, which is 4150. And we got this doji right on that quarter number. So when I saw that other setup, I was a bit skeptical about it. Yes, price might push up, but at this point, we're in a retracement of this move which is happening. So we might retrace all the way to the 13 or to 4100. So if there's a chance to sell, we can actually short gold. Let's see, let's quickly check. Okay, M15 looks good. M3. Okay, we've got an order block here, fair value gap here, fair value gap here. Okay. Okay, I've got two fair value gaps here, which are my current point of interest. M15 opening range, we took out liquidity on the top side. Okay, and we broke out of the bottom side. Then M5. All right, we've got this fair value gap here. So let's see if this price can push slightly higher into this area for us to sell. Then we'll pay attention here. If we break and retest this 200 EMA, that's also a sign to sell. That will be a quick scalp on gold, quick sell trade on gold. If it happens that way, I'll take a sell. This is just based off this retracement, which I'm seeing from the H4 chart. Okay, so we've got three things we are looking at. Okay, German 40 is doing other things which I had not planned for. So for now, I'm going to stay on the sidelines. Okay, let me just bring it back. I'm going to stay on the sidelines and wait a bit. Maybe they might want to come take out this liquidity and then push back into the range, which means we can still take a buy, or they'll break our retest, then we'll take a sell. So for now, we're still on the sidelines on German 40. Gold, Stoking, GJ, Stoking as well. So these are my three things for this session. If I can get one trade on one of them, that will be enough for the session and we'll be done. So let's just patiently wait. Let's see what they want to do. I'm keeping my eyes on gold. Okay, gold, gold, gold. If we do sell gold now, the stop loss, the trade needs to have some room to breathe because price can still retrace slightly higher. So if we sell it somewhere here, we need to leave room for price to retrace as high as here and then sell because they could also do that. They could also do that. So if you're having a position, it has to be a very small lot size, or let's wait to see if we can get that retracement and get a better entry and less risk. Gold has got a high probability of falling to 4,100. It's got a high probability of falling to 4,100. Just looking at this level here on German 40. Okay, let's also see how H1 closes in German 40. If we close below these EMAs, there could be a chance for a short scalp. Okay, I'm going to enter a position on gold, but I'm still open to seeing price push up. Let me check how the M1 is looking like. Okay. GJ also looks like they want to run without retracing. Okay, GJ is going to be a miss for me. GG is gonna be a miss. All right, I'll just go with the gold runners, which I have. It's not my normal risk, which I usually use. So yeah, I'm active on gold sells. My entries are, see here. I still think they'll come as high as here. Yeah, all right. Sorry about that. Yeah, so yeah, if you look from the entry, which is around 41.25 to 41.20, it's already 50 points or 50 pips, depending with how you calculate gold. So I'm just going to tell you how I trade. For certain assets, I go with a certain what you call it? I go with a certain number of pips in my head to say no matter what the risk to reward is, if I'm trading gold and my setup hits 50 points. For me, that setup is a success. The only thing I need to work on is consistently taking the 50 points and then increasing my lot size. So I'm trying to build consistency around taking 50 points and increasing my lot size. That's my thing. If I'm trading gold, that's what I do. That's what I look for. So each time I trade gold or I take a setup and it moves 50 points, for me, it's a successful setup. Same applies to indices. If I'm trading indices, I'm sure you've heard me mention if we're trading against the main trend, I usually go for 50 points to 100. Then if you are trading with the trend, I usually go for 100 points. At least a setup must pay me 100 points for me to say this is a success. It can continue going for 100, 200, 300. Anything above my targets is just a bonus if I'm still in that trade. So basically, that's how I trade. And if it's Euro, USD, and GU, there I just go for normal risk to reward. I don't really calculate the pips. Whatever my risk to reward gives me, if it's 1:2 and my risk is 3, 5 pips or 10 pips or whatever number of pips, I just use the risk to reward. So yeah, I hope these mentorship notes help. So yeah, I'm just looking at my trade running now. Let me try to. I did not go with my normal risk here. Okay, that spike actually pushed me to 1%. So I'm going to call this trade a success and close it now. Okay, I've closed gold with 1% profit for the day. I don't know if you took that trade. I don't know if you took that trade, but yeah, basically that's it. It's just coming to the charts and trying to figure out what the bias is, where your price is going. Then once you get a bias, you look for the pattern. So if you have to have a pattern which you're familiar with, you need to have that pattern. Once you get a pattern, no matter what time frame you use, you know exactly what you're looking for. Whether using the 1 minute, 3, 2, 5, 10, 20, 15, you know exactly what pattern you're looking for. So yeah, I think that's all from me today. In the afternoon, I might take a trade maybe on the indices, but I'll share my view a bit later because I need to see some price action. Um, then I'll come up with a bias, then I'll just share what I'll be seeing. I'll just post my results in the group there. You'll see my entry as we're chatting. You'll see my result. All right. I don't know if you've got any questions. Let me know if you've got any questions, bro. You can unmute yourself there as we round up. Yeah, I'm also just going to assume you're at work because I remember you mentioned you be multitasking. So for those who will be watching this on YouTube, if you watched until the end, thank you so much for watching. Let's just maybe just go through the watch list, see what here we have. So I've got nothing too solid here. German 40, these outer areas or yesterday's highs and lows will remain my points of interest for the day. Gold has already been a success. US 30, I've got nothing to use. GJ, I missed the entry. They also just dropped like like how German 40 did. So like how gold did. So I did not get an entry. Then EU and GU, I was not looking at them at all. I've got nothing for now. Maybe New York session, but I don't think I'll take any other trades except for Nasdaq in the afternoon if we do get a setup. So if you watch until the end, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good trading.